What is going on, everybody? Apple finally just released iPadOS 26.4 to the public, and honestly, this update is a lot more important than it looks. There are some hidden changes, performance tweaks, and a few hidden features that can actually change how you use your iPad daily. So let's go ahead and break it down for you. If you're new here, I cover all the latest Apple updates, tips, real-world testing, and all that, so if that sounds good, make sure to drop a subscription to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and comment your thoughts on iOS 26.4 down below. So starting with performance, and obviously this is something a lot of you care about, iPadOS has been really good for a while now, and that has only continued to improve with 26.4. As you can see, this is one of the latest updates that I ran on a Geekbench 6 score, and we got a single core score of 3740 with a multi-core score of 13,951. And if we look at the history, it is really pretty similar this whole time since we've ran this beta on this final version. So it's good to see the consistency is still there as well. Multitasking has worked pretty well and phenomenally. Memory management has been very much improved. If you follow along, like I said, with the channel, you know we always do run Clash Royale because that used to not hold up in memory too well. That has been improved in 26.4 also, and I'm definitely glad to see that. If we actually go ahead and jump around, let's open the Apple TV app up, check out what's new for Formula One, scroll down a little bit, let's go into the Stocks app. You can see just how quick everything is actually moving along here with really no hesitation, no drop frame rates, and really just a smooth OS experience as you would expect. And now jumping right back to Clash, you can see it's still in memory, which never used to be the case. So take that for what you want, but I do see an improvement here. App loading times seem a little faster as well. And then, of course, battery life. Battery life is obviously also here and always top of mind, and it seems to have been improved for most users. It's not a massive jump, but standby drain definitely appears to be better. I don't use my iPad Pro too much, so it does sit unplugged off the charger quite regularly, and battery life here has remained very consistent, again, especially on standby. Heavy usage, if you're streaming or gaming, it does seem a little bit more efficient as well. So take that for what you want. If you do a lot of gaming, you shouldn't have any problems here as well. This update does obviously focus heavily on bugs. If you were experiencing random app crashes or that keyboard lag or UI glitches, especially in the earlier versions, those seem to be mostly resolved, especially from 26.3.1. One big fix users are noticing is improved keyboard responsiveness. Apple did come out and say in iOS as well that they resolved the keyboard lag issues. So let's go ahead and test that out here on our keyboard test that we do use regularly. Let's go ahead, scroll down here, and let's try the different methods of input just to show you, starting with voice. What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a great weekend and your week is off to a good start. How is iPadOS 26.4 working for you, and do you have any issues? So you can see right there, the actual voice dictation worked very well. And then if we want to type pretty quick, let's see what's going on. Oops, that was my fault. Day going. What are your plans later? So that worked pretty good. The predictive text line as well. The weather looks nice today. That worked as well. And again, I've really just had no issues with the keyboard finally, especially since the RC build. It feels more accurate, more consistent, which is a huge deal since it is a core, well, really the only input method on your iPad. As far as new features and changes go, while it isn't a feature-packed update, there are still a few notable changes. We have minor UI refinements across the system. Things just look a little bit more polished. There's obviously security updates. Apple patched several vulnerabilities here, making it important to update. And then the big one is obviously Playlist Playground. If you are looking to do a new playlist on your iPad, you can hit Create New Playlist and do so right from here with a prompt or some playlist ideas pre-configured. Make me a gym playlist with Linkin Park songs. So you put in your prompt, submit it, and you can see it is still in beta, as it says here. Playlist Playground may create unexpected results. Everything it seems like Apple's rolling out right now is in beta for any sort of Apple Intelligence features. This isn't necessarily Apple Intelligence. Other devices can still use this, but just a thing of note, it is beta. You do usually get between 25 and 35 songs here. Traditionally, 25 seems to be the average, and about an hour and a half worth of playtime, as you can see right there also. So that worked, but that doesn't even need to be all of it. You can either refresh the playlist, add more songs, or add specific tracks. If you want to customize it even further, you can click here and say, add songs by Eminem. And when you do the second generation, it will add about 10 more songs to the playlist for about 35 tracks for 2 hours or so of playtime. For some reason, the second iteration does take a few seconds longer, but as you can see, that was still pretty quick. Now we're at 35 songs for 2 hours and 13 minutes with Eminem tracks and our Linkin Park tracks from the first generation, or first prompt, I should say. Now, the obvious question is, should you update? With the security features and improvements here and some of the other changes, I think it's a no-brainer. Go ahead and update it. I haven't seen any springboard refreshes, any real crashing, no real drop frame rates either. It has been really, really solid to use. If you still do want to hold off on this, what I will say though is that we can definitely assume 26.5 Beta 1 will be here in the very near future, and that should hopefully again bring some Gemini-powered Siri-backed features into iOS, iPadOS, and all of that. So, since today is the 23rd, I will assume that we should be able to actually get this update next Monday on the 30th. Sometimes Apple does push out a beta very soon after the original release is done, and that could be as soon as even tomorrow. So we'll really have to see what's going on with that. It will be very, very interesting to see what's included in that .5 Beta 1 release with its new smarter Gemini-powered Siri, like I said. So really, that is everything new in iPadOS 26.4. Let me know in the comments if you've updated, how's your experience been, and all of that. If you found this helpful, drop a like, subscribe for more updates, and we will definitely catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.